the industry is huge, and now it is projected to be 1 trillion industry by 2035, which like becoming one of the like top 10 industries in the world. Is fast growing, and like most of the people in space tech industry investors describe it as a hockey stick growth, right? And we are just at the early stage of this hockey stick. So that's why people say jump now, later will be too late, right? So it's interlinked with agriculture, with pharmaceutical industry, with energy, climate. And so it's kind of enabling other industries. In the same time, it's also, you have a lot of startups which have both in like, we call it terrestrial applications and space applications. You have like two independent sources of revenue, which is great. We like this type of startups because you always have two markets. Let me give you an example about intersections with climate and sustainability. For example, a lot of Earth observation, or in another words, is satellite images or satellite sensors, which can scan, for example, distribution of greenhouse gases, right? So we don't actually know today what are the emissions we have globally in real time on an asset level, for example, which factories or what are the parts of infrastructure actually have, for example, methane leaks, right? This only can be detected properly with satellites. You can also use drones, but you can mention drones are a bit expensive, difficult to manage, and so on. So that's not one example. As of today, we have around 40 different satellite constellations doing that. Another example is energy, right? So there's a number of different energy startups. I think I saw maybe 10, which are trying to build kind of energy stations in space and beam it back to Earth, which is kind of sounds like a sci-fi movie, but it's probably one of the greenest source of energy you can think about. Imagine you have an energy station in orbit, which has 24/7 solar energy. You don't need to cool it down. You don't need to, there's no clouds, there's no night, right? So you basically have uninterrupted supply, and then you can use waves to send it down. Another example can be a number of startups are now doing data centers in orbit, which is, data centers, one of the biggest offenders for climate crisis, right? So imagine you have data center which in orbit, so you don't have emissions on Earth,